Good morning, students. The figure shows a smooth cylinder, and we will draw the free body diagram for this cylinder. So first of all, we will isolate the cylinder from the system. So this is cylinder, and the various forces acting are, so weight W of the cylinder acting through the CG of the cylinder, and R is the normal direction from the wall. R is normal direction from the wall, and T is the tension in the string. So the various forces acting, say free body diagram for the cylinder. So the W is the weight of the cylinder acting vertically downward. R is the normal direction from the wall because the wall surface is smooth, and T is the tension in the string. So next is law of superposition. Force F is acting point A and B. So this law states that the action of a given system of forces on a rigid body will not be changed if we add or subtract from them another system of forces in equilibrium. So consider a rigid body under the action of the force F. As shown in the figure, the force F is applied at A along the line of action of the force BA. So now according to the principle of superposition, the application at the point B of two oppositely directed forces each equal to and linear with the force F will in no way change the action of the force F. So next is what is space diagram and vector diagram. Space diagram. The diagram which shows the outline of the structure along with all the forces including reactions in their proper position and direction is called space diagram. Vector diagram. A diagram drawn from some suitable points by adding all the forces vectorially, that is keeping in view the direction of the forces, is called vector diagram or force diagram. So next is principle of transmissibility of forces. Principle of transmissibility of force. So it states that the point of application of a force may be changed to any other point along the line of action of the force without any change in the external effects produced by the force. That is, the external effects of a force on a rigid body remain the same for all the points along the line of action of the force. Suppose this is a rigid body. The force F is applied at the point O. Now, according to the principle of transmissibility, whether the force F is applied at the point O or at O dash along the line of action of the force. So whether the force F is applied at the point O or at O dash, its effect on the rigid body remains the same. So but it has been seen that it is only the external effect which remain unchanged. The internal effects of the force, such as deformation, stresses, they are greatly influenced by change in the point of application of the force along the line of action of the force. So next is components of a force. Components of a force. A single force acting on a body can be replaced by two forces acting in direction which will produce the same effect on the body as is produced by the given force. So the process of splitting a force into two parts is called resolution of a force. Is called resolution of a force, and the force which is broken into two parts is called the resolved force. And the parts are called the component forces. Or resolutes. So a force is it can be broken into two parts by the they are mutually perpendicular components or non-perpendicular components. First is mutually perpendicular components. Or rectangular components. So the components of a force along the two mutually perpendicular axes are known as mutually perpendicular components. So the force F So the force F is represented by the vector OA. So the component of F along x-axis is F cos theta. So the component of F along x-axis, this is F cos theta, and component of the force F along y-axis is F sin theta. So second is non-perpendicular components. Non-perpendicular components. So the components of a force along the two axes which are not mutually perpendicular are known as non-perpendicular components. So in the figure, this is the force F making angle alpha with horizontal and So the force F acting at an angle alpha with the horizontal. So the force F, it is resolved into two components, F1 and F2. The forces F1 and F2, they are making angle alpha and beta with the force F respectively. Now the angle OAB. So angle AOB is equal to alpha and angle OAB is beta. So and angle OBA is 180 degree minus alpha plus beta. Now in the triangle OAB, applying the sine rule. So in the triangle OAB, so we will apply the sine rule to find out the components. So now then F upon sine 180 degree minus alpha plus beta, so this is equal to F1 upon sine beta, so this is equal to F1 upon sine beta, this is equal to F2. So F2 upon sine alpha. So it means this is equal to F upon sine alpha plus beta upon F1 is equal to sine beta and F2 is equal to sine alpha. So it means the component F1. So component F1 is equal to F sine alpha plus beta into sine beta, and component F2 is equal to F upon sine alpha plus beta into sine alpha. So these two components F1 and F2, its value is given, and these are two non-perpendicular components. Thank you.